time for Around the Ozarks in 5. Brought to you by the Butterfly Palace and Rainforest Adventure, Adventure Cave Tours, and Talking Rocks Cavern. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
You got one of the two again because Ethan did return from his trip, but he's sick. And so I had to phone a friend. And Diana was willing and able with bells on, right?
To get up early again. Here we are. The things I do.
You have on blush and lipstick, as do I. How about that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, man. So thanks, Diana Tyndall, co-hosting with me again, because she's funny, and you got to find one of those. So, but that's for later in the show. All the serious stories always in the first 5 minutes. So here we go. A look at the news from over the weekend. 2 firefighters from Hickory County are hospitalized in Springfield after a serious crash in their fire truck over the weekend. The Preston firefighters were responding to a call Saturday afternoon when a car crossed center line was coming at them. They moved onto the shoulder, apparently, to avoid hitting that car. But then the fire truck, the fire engine overcorrected, hit a culvert and flipped. So now they are in the hospital, and Central Polk County Fire is helping field calls for now.
So let me get this straight. Like, their sirens are blazing and they're trying to get to another call, and some other rogue driver,
crossed center line and was apparently coming at them head on. I also was reading, and I have not talked to the fire department myself, but I was reading another story, and apparently they kept driving. That car kept driving, did not stop.
You know, I soapbox just for 1 second. Y'all, when you see sirens, move over. Okay?
It is the law.
I can't tell you how many times I've moved over and there's been people blazing right by me because I'm actually paying attention. Now there's times that I don't, right? No, I'm not perfect, but come on, pull over.
Agreed. I like your soapbox. Go with it.
Don't try to outrun them. There's people that do that. Anyways, I'll move on to my story. Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders is expected to sign a bill that says a permit would not be required to carry a concealed handgun. And Arkansas leaders there say the bill is to further clarify that Arkansas is a constitutional carry state. Florida also just made it a law that you do not need a permit to carry concealed carry.
I saw that in Florida. It goes into effect soon, and very soon in Florida, this summer. So it's interesting.
Well, there you go. And Stone County 911 is looking forward to big improvements and better training after voters approved a new tax expected to bring in some $1 million. New technology will be able to pinpoint exactly where you are when you call, down to the floor of the building, which is remarkable. When you're in a panic state, you may not know to say all that stuff.
Right. And what floor you're even on.
Right. You may not know if you're a visitor. I don't remember what elevator button.
And Stone County, of course, as well as Taney County, has a ton of visitors. So potentially people who are not familiar even with where they are. So
that's a good improvement.
All right. Today is the deadline for the long-standing Hotel of Terror haunted house in Springfield to get the needed number of signatures to get their case before voters on the ballot, or else the city of Springfield can knock down that building using eminent domain. The owner there, Sterling Mathis, turned in a petition that was 400 signatures short. So he has had the last 10 days to get more support. The city is hoping to use that area. They were going to beautify it and redo the Jordan Creek area right where the Hotel of Terror sits currently.
Yeah. Formerly, I worked for the city, and I'd seen a lot of what their master plan was for the daylighting Jordan Creek. I've actually been down underneath the Jordan Creek. It's quite cool and creepy.
Really cool.
And creepy. But their whole pitch is daylight it, and it will bring so much more beauty to the downtown area. Many areas that have a riverway in their downtown flourish that much more. So
which is really cool. But his business is longstanding. So also he could negotiate with the city. That's a thing too. They could negotiate, settle on new terms, potentially move the property, and everything else he would need to keep running the business. So, it's a whole rigmarole, but it could still go to voters potentially.
Sure. Let the voters decide. Well, speaking of government and federal government, it's hard to believe it's already April 10th. That means your taxes are due very, very soon. This year, the deadline to file federal income taxes is April 18th. The IRS says it will revamp the agency, and they plan to hire 7,000 new auditors over the next 2 years. They plan to audit people with more wealth and more corporations. The revamp is expected to cost some $80 billion with a B dollars.
Yeah. Yep.
So if you owe, you might get on that, y'all.
Yeah. About that. I remember when that first was being talked about before it was actually becoming reality, about how many workers they will have. So yeah. Will not commentate. I will refrain. All right, moving on to this. But hey, by the way, you do have until April 18th since the 15th falls over a weekend.
Just a few days.
Yeah. A case in Oregon is getting national attention after a mother of 5 was rejected from adopting a sibling set based on her Christian faith. The Alliance for Defending Freedom has now filed a federal lawsuit against the state. That mom said that she was denied adoption because she would not sign off on the state's pro-LGBT views on sexuality, nor facilitate access to medical interventions like puberty blockers and desired gender-based hormones. So, we will see where that case goes, because it's likely to be appealed, to a higher court. So that'll be interesting to watch for precedent. All right. You might remember electric scooters. They were for rent in downtown St. Louis, and then they were banned for a period of time, almost a year. Now they are back, but they have some stricter rules in place. For instance, the Bird Company will now turn them off between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. Also, only adults can ride and rent them. Plus, they won't go as fast. That's because some minors had rented them, taken them out, and done some damage. So
how fast were they going?
I don't know the top speed that they went in St. Louis specifically, but I have been on those scooters, like the ones that you can rent.
Yeah, they're really fun.
They are fast. They are fast.
So much fun, though.
They're so much fun.
And you can hop on there with your kids. Although listening to this, you probably shouldn't do that. So don't do that, y'all. I'm like 2 for the price of 1.
Mopeds when you were younger?
Yeah.
Okay, so I rode a moped once and about laid it over. And so the scooters also make me nervous,
Yeah. No, but they're fun. And talk about a convenient way of travel when you're like, my car is parked so far away.
Yeah.
What if you just want to tootle around downtown? I mean,
tootle, that's a funny word.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, we have got some exciting news about Farmers Market of the Ozarks in Branson. It actually kicks off tomorrow and it'll run every Tuesday from 3 to 7 p.m. down in Branson, April through October. On the Branson Landing, and it'll be on the Bass Pro side, and it'll have, of course, the farm fresh goodness, unique gifts, and from local artisans, and some live music. So
that's cool for Branson.
Yeah, I love farmers markets because I always love supporting your local farmer. And
I like farmers markets, but I gain weight every time I go because my kids tuck me into all of the cinnamon roll goodness and the cookie goodness. I mean, I still go. Don't worry. I will still go, but I'm just letting you know that I leave 10 pounds heavier. That's all.
Not so much on the fresh vegetables. It's more of the baked goods. Got it.
That is the truth. Is that the truth for you, or is it just me?
Oh, I love baked goods, but I would rather make them myself. I mean, I've gotten their breads and stuff like that, which they're good, but I like the thrill of making it and when it's hot and it comes out of the oven. But I love buying my veggies there. And meat.
The thrill. That feels like a strong word for how I feel about baking. Whenever I can just go to the farmer's market and they'll do it for me, I
just made a cake for Easter the other day. I was so proud of myself. It was quite the feat.
Meanwhile, my husband got sick. So he was going to smoke a couple of chickens and I was very excited about it. And I don't know how to use the smoker. And so I was like,
Oh.
what are we going to do? Like, now what?
Take
okay,
out.
everybody, get some chicken strips. No, just kidding. My brother-in-law ended up going to Walmart. I'm glad they were open on Easter and buying rotisserie chicken because
That's
I
the
didn't
best.
like, I'm like, I don't know what to do. And my brother-in-law could smoke it himself, but it was like too late in the game. Here's what happened. I kept thinking that Ethan was going to get well. I'm like, oh, he's going to be fine. He's going to be
eternal
fine.
optimist.
He's going to snap out of this.
We'll just
And
shake it off.
meanwhile, all I hear from the bedroom is this.
Was he puking?
No, it's just like this moan, like his body aches. I'm like, I had 3 natural childbirths over here, and I don't think I moaned like that. But that's neither here nor there. That's why I don't know for sure that it's the flu, but I know that a couple of friends right now do have flu. So I'm like, well, maybe it's the flu then, because body aches, chills, like all the things.
Oh, poor guy. Stock up on that zinc.
Needless to say, it was rotisserie chicken from Walmart for us for Easter.
Thank you, Walmart.
Thank you, Tony. Yes, thank you, Tony. And thank you, Walmart. Right.
Oh my goodness.
All right, now to this. Congratulations to Kathy from Stratford.
Yay, Kathy. What did she get?
She won. She's the winner of our family 4-pack for the St. Louis Cardinals baseball game tickets. They reached out to her, and by they, aroundtheozarks.com is who I'm talking about, reached out to her to let her know that she won for listening to Around the Ozarks in 5. So now she gets to pick the game and go to St. Louis, and we are super glad that she tunes in every day. So
congrats,
thanks,
Kathy.
Isn't that cool? That's fun.
I love that.
All right. And then we wanted to tell you that both of us got to go to the Journey Toto concert this weekend. Along with the rest of Springfield. It was a full house pretty much, right?
So much fun. It was like a reunion of running into so many people that I hadn't seen in a while. And I'm like, hey. It was so fun. I loved it.
I got to see your husband, but I did not see you.
Well, we had an interesting situation. We had 2 up close seats. So we had took both of our boys. So we had 2 like 11th row seats. And then the other seats were like the 5th row from the very top. So I saw Toto super close. And then I switched with him because he really, really loves Journey. I love Journey too, but it was really fun.
Journey's new lead singer. I guess he's not really new
amazing?
now.
Yeah,
he's not new
been doing
now
this for like 10
but
years.
He's not Steve Perry. He's so good.
Oh, he's fun. Yeah, we've
so
seen
good.
him in concert 2 times. And
I have
like
to.
Jumps and kicks and
Okay, so I'm going to put you on the spot because I don't know. You might have already looked it up. If I know you, you do have some journalism blood in you, I believe. Do you have any clue how old he is?
Oh my goodness. No, I really have no idea, but I'm going to make a guess.
Guess.
I know he's from the Asia continent.
He's from the Philippines.
The Philippines. That's the Asia continent, right? I'm terrible with geography. Okay. I'm going to say he's 32.
I knew you were going to say that because that's what I was guessing.
What?
So I looked him up. He's
50.
55.
No way.
He looks like he's 32. He's amazing. And he's got more energy than the both of us combined. And so I was like, oh, he's probably like 30. No, he is 55. And apparently he hit stardom in the Philippines in the 80s. His mother had passed away, but prior to that, she had entered him into a bunch of singing contests. By the way, when I say I'm a journalist, all of this is from Wikipedia, which is not actually a credible source for journalism.
So
but it is for Around the Ozarks in 5 when discussing Journey, apparently. So FYI, that's where it came from. But I couldn't believe his age because if you haven't seen Journey in concert, I know a lot of you have because you were there. But if you haven't, look him up. You will think he's 32, but he's not.
He's remarkable. I mean, he is just a little spunk of energy. But he sounds just like Steve Perry. I mean, talk about the pressure, man, of trying to fill that role. And he's done a phenomenal job.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Africa, of course, Toto. I think it was like at once called the most recognizable song on planet Earth. So good. So good. Anyway.
Take me away from you.
Yeah, you can check out Ethan's
Right.
Facebook page and watch because he recorded the whole song. So there you go.
So good. And then he got
all
sick.
right. Well, happy Monday, folks. Thanks for joining us. I really was hoping that Ethan would be back, but you get Diana because she's equally as hilarious. So there you go.
Well,
you're welcome.
Thank you. I hope you get better, Ethan. I'm sorry I laughed at you.
All right. Hey, thank you for joining us, Diana, and all of you listening to ATO, and we will see you back here tomorrow morning.
Bye.
Bye.